It's a new day, and I cannot wait to see the new update of DC Rob on YouTube. His channel is so amazing and fun to watch, gives information about the country, and you always stay updated. I can't wait to go watch his channel.
It is June 6th, 2023, and this is the latest news from Medellin, Colombia, and Colombia as a whole. Follow along.
You're watching DC Born Rob, Erasing Borders. And now, the news.
Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever it is you're located. Thanks for watching. My name is Rob Christian, also known as DC Born Rob or DC Rob. This is my latest news. I put out a poll, I guess, a few days ago asking, should I do this as Newsday Tuesday again and try to consolidate a few news stories from the week and put it on this one day, or should I do them as they come out? And because news is news only when you get it when it's new. So you guys have voted, and overwhelmingly, a high 70-something percent, I think it was 77%, that I should put the news out as I get it, and also do Tuesday Newsday as well. So I'm doing the best I can. Thank God I don't have a girlfriend now. I'm going to tell you something, man. I'll put some time into this in the evenings and early in the morning. 6 o'clock in the morning is early, man, to be doing this. But I want to get the information to you. If I'm not of use, why am I here? That's my whole thing. So let's jump into this first story. I have a couple. I have 4 stories. A couple are lighter, and a couple are just about the facts and figures and so on. But I also want you guys to know that one of these is going to be a movie review about the movie Medellin. I brought this up a year ago because they were filming in Medellin last year. This is the one that had Mike Tyson showing up in town. That was actually in one of my news programs last year. Well, that film has come out, and of course there's criticism about it. I'm halfway through it. My mom told me the other night, I didn't even know it was out. It's on Prime. And just so you know, do not listen to this because they do divulge one piece of the plot in this description of issues that they're having with it. Also, I've seen the movie Missing, and I've been waiting for that for a year because they made it seem like it was all about Colombia. It was a Cartagena, and somebody's missing in Cartagena. Good movie, though. The young lady that starred in this did a great job. It's all about her using her tools online on the computer to use this camera to search that number, to read someone else's email. So it's a good movie, but I can't tell you any more than that, other than it's not all about Colombia, but a great movie nonetheless. So check that out. Let's just jump into this first story. This has to do with the robberies of foreigners. And according to the government there, the reason that the increases have been taking place, the crimes against foreigners, is because there's too many foreigners coming, or there's many more foreigners coming than there were prior. Again, fish in a barrel. You put more fish in that barrel, easy to get one. Anyway, let's jump into that story now. This story is from El Colombiano. This year, there have been 169 complaints of robberies against foreigners, compared to the 30 cases reported in the first quarter of 2022 in Medellin. There has been a 463% increase. It is urgent to update the regulation that protects tourists. The last words spoken by Dawid Maciej Rikaz, a Polish citizen, before being assaulted from behind and brutally beaten by 2 robbers on El Volador Hill last Friday, June 2nd. The incident, which was recorded on video, shows Rikaz and another compatriot, identified as Claudia Rikaz, being victimized by the thieves who later stripped them of all their belongings. In a subsequent video, Dawid is seen with his bloody face narrating the event in English. One of the men hit me on the head with a knife. I have a lot of headache right now. I need to block my bank account. This is pretty crazy. This theft adds to the one suffered by a British citizen on the same day, who was robbed and beaten by 3 women in Barrio Park. It also joins the robbery that Italian businessman Claudio Bendot, director of operations of the sports betting house WPlay, experienced 11 days ago after a car accident in race 32 in El Poblado. In that incident, the thieves took away his belongings and an amount of money, all valued at $57 million. Deaths targeting foreigners are on the rise. Merchants and businessmen in the El Poblado sector have informed Councilor Claudia Ramirez about the increasing number of incidents in which foreigners, are targeted by thieves. Ramirez has been closely monitoring the dynamics of foreigners and tourism in the city. She has stated that these crimes seem to have shifted to areas far from the embrace of parqueyeros. The robbery of foreigners has always happened, but lately there are many more of them visiting the city. As thefts increase, tourists also become more susceptible to falling victim to them, and they are ideal victims because they are often unprepared, added Councilor Ramirez. The rise in thefts from foreigners is not just a perception but a reality. According to the Tourism Observatory of the Medellin Ombudsman, between January and March 2023, authorities received 169 complaints of theft against individuals, with international visitors as victims. This represents an almost five-fold increase compared to the same period in 2021 when only 39 complaints were registered, and in the first quarter of 2022, there were only 30 cases. One of these incidents involved a 36-year-old Israeli citizen who, after arranging a meeting with a woman through an application, was assaulted and kidnapped. He was miraculously saved when the kidnapper's vehicle crashed after a police chase. The most critical period, according to the Ombudsman, is between April and August, coinciding with the Easter holidays and the Flower Fair. During this time, hotel occupancy reaches around 80%. For example, from April to August 2021, 106 complaints were filed out of the total of 245 registered throughout the year. In 2022, 155 of the 239 total complaints were filed during the same period. The most affected nationalities are Mexican and American, although there are also records of Israeli, Chilean, Argentine, and even Belgian citizens falling victim to these thieves. However, despite the alarming figures, the observatory suspects that the situation could be even worse. Despite the numbers, we believe that this represents only a small part of the reality because many of those affected do not report due to limitations such as language. Okay, so there you go. My next story, it has to do with the mayor again. The mayor wants to tout the fact that he is reducing crime and he is increasing arrest, and especially for those of murder. Now, I'm gonna tell you something. This year, I can't vouch for last year, the numbers, but I'm telling you, this year, this mayor has been doing a job. Him and Acevedo, I guess he's the chief of police, or the equivalency of the chief of police, is doing a damn good job, let me tell you. At least this year I'm talking about. I know it's an election year. I don't care. Have an election every year then if this is what it's going to take to solve these issues. But let's just jump into this story now. Increase in arrests and reduction in homicide, part of the positive balance of security during 2023 in Medellin. In the city, 83 arrests have been made by judicial order and 24 more in flagrante delicto in cases of homicide. The district mayor's office of Medellin highlighted that so far in 2023, they have achieved an increase in arrests and a reduction in homicide rates in the city. Mayor Daniel Quintero highlighted the achievements in security, particularly crimes against life during the last 3 years, with record reductions to historical levels. As explained by the president, these results are part of the articulated strategy against homicide that, to date, consolidates the 3 least violent years in 40 years and the best results of the decade in clarifying and arresting those responsible for the crime. May, in the opinion of the authorities, was the least violent month in recent local history so far in 2023, according to statistics from the Metropolitan Police, the Sectional Prosecutor's Office, and the Institute of Legal Medicine. The sustenance is supported by the number of captures of homicides this year, which already adds up to 107, 83 by court order, and 24 more in flagrante delicto. What happened in Medellin is that a policy was activated to stop the death machine, and it was done with intelligence and strategy. I have here an indicator of captures of homicides in Medellin, said the president. The mayor exhibited a record in relation to arrests for homicide crimes in previous administrations. He revealed, for example, that in the government of Aníbal Gaviria, there were 141 captures in 2012, 130 in 2013, 106 in 2014, and 104 in 2015. Then he presented the figures in relation to Federico Gutierrez, 110 in 2016, 98 in 2017, 85 in 2018. Remember that we were in that alliance period, the Villages problem. 120 in 2019, he recovers a little bit. The president added that then we started in 2020, 102, then 154, and 183, the highest number of arrests for homicide, despite having the lowest numbers of homicides. This year, in addition, there is a cumulative reduction of 13.5% in intentional murders compared to the previous year, with a decrease in 12 comunas. May was the least violent in the last 40 years compared to 2022. A 41% reduction compared to 2019, a 73% drop in homicides, the same in other impact crimes, but it gives me the opportunity, in any case, to tell what we have done during this government. The Secretary for Security and Coexistence, Jose Gerardo Acevedo Asa, added that clarification rose to 39%. In the previous period, it was 18%. We have gone 453 non-consecutive days without homicides, 57% more than the previous period. Medellin is the capital city with the best indicators of homicide decline in Colombia and is below the national homicide rate by almost 50%. So there you go. I mean, say what you want. Crime is down, arrests are up. And I hope they catch these people that caught that couple on the side of the mountain. That is traumatic. Can you imagine being the wife? And I assume it's the wife. They have the same last name. So when I slowed it up yesterday, you could see, or 2 days ago, you could see they grabbed both of them around the mouth. Can you imagine? And you're the man in that relationship and you're supposed to protect them. One of you guys commented, though, that they saw them going up the hill and they had already communicated with that couple. And so that the two guys behind them had disarmed the couple. So, I mean, I didn't see it. This is coming from you, one of you guys anyway. But anyway, let's jump into this next one, which is about the French film. Why is the French film that was filmed and bears the name of Medellin so controversial? It is titled Medellin and revolves around a fictional story that has Pablo Escobar as its protagonist. A debate similar to the one that is taking place today around the premiere of the French film Medellin was presented in July 2022, just when the action production was being filmed in the streets of the capital of Antioquia. Directed by Frank Gastonbit, the same as the Taxi Saga, films that have that scheme between action and comedy very similar to what they want to do in the capital of Antioquia, premiered on Prime Video screens this weekend. The recordings were advanced by 6 weeks in locations in Medellin, La Estrella, Bello, and Barbosa, where they recreated the mythical Hacienda Nápoles. According to Dynamo's calculations, the production company in Colombia, Brotherhood, as the film was initially registered, left an investment of 4,300 million pesos in the city in terms of hiring personnel, logistics, lodging, transportation, food, and financial compensation for the sectors in which filming takes place. The film tells the experiences of a French YouTuber who arrives in Medellin seduced by the figure of Pablo Escobar and the references he has seen in drug trafficking series. But when he arrives, he finds a totally different reality. To justify his trip, the influencer invents a kidnapping, and that's when these crazy situations happen. Between comedy and action in a mix of Hangover, What Happened Yesterday, and Fast and Furious. One of the protagonists is Raymond Cruz, remembered for his character as Tuco Salamanca in the Breaking Bad series. Also included are Ramzi Badia, Anwar Tabali Brahim Bavlo, and former boxer Mike Tyson. At the time, regarding the controversy of shooting a film about Escobar in Medellin, with the approval of the Medellin Film Commission, the film's director explained to El Colombiano that it is normal for this figure to generate discomfort and nonconformity, but neither it is healthy to foster thematic vetoes. On the contrary, when these productions are filmed, what is encouraged is audiovisual production tourism, says Orozco, pointing out that, for example, this tape can be recorded in Guayaquil, Ecuador, and have the scenes pass through Medellin, and in that case, the investment would stay in that city. Here's what Mayor Quintero says. I am Luis Carlos. I am the mayor of Medellin, not a dictator. Would you like me to go through each script to delete here and there what I don't like? History is not changed like that, but with results. In relation to the permits, the mayor's office delivered them in attention to the public financing that the film received from the then Duque government. Don't hit him too hard. I didn't know it was French. Now, here's the thing. I'm halfway through. I haven't even got to the part where Mike Tyson is in it, but it is dubbed. So I didn't know it was French. It's actually French, but it has English words. So, they're supposed to be a tough guy. And you say, hey, yeah, Fred. Yeah, we're going to go around this corner, And I'm like, the voice sounds don't match the theme that they're going for. That's just me. And it's a little hokey. But you do get to see Colombia. You do get to see Medellin. So I mean, it's worth watching. I'm halfway through. I'll let you know what I think after that. Also, I want to bring up the fact that I'm also watching the Travis Rudolph trial. If you're not watching that, that's the former NFL player that got hurt, and his girlfriend threatened him, and then she said, "Go over and I'm going to curse." So block it out. Because she says, "Go over and shoot his shit up," with his mom and his brother in the house. And then all of a sudden she sent 4 guys over to his house, and it didn't end well for one of those guys because he came out with an AR. Anyway, check up with the trial, because I'm going to discuss this soon. I don't know if I'm going to do a live, but I'm going to discuss it soon. Okay. But let's jump into this last one. Again, I told you I'm getting lighter towards the end. And this one has to do with events, musical events throughout the rest of the year. I'll be reading it pretty quickly, and I'm not going to be exact on the enunciations of names and all this stuff, but at least you'll be able to hear which bands, if some of these you enjoy, which bands are going to be in Medellin for the rest of the year. Now, the article does the entire country, but I'm pinning only Medellin. Otherwise, I'd be sitting here all night. There's a lot of festivals and so on coming on. But check this out. Here is the list of concerts not to be missed in Medellin and Bogota for the second semester of the year. A wide offer, more than 60 shows in all musical genres to program what is left of 2023. Each time Colombia, especially Medellin and Bogota, are consolidated as great venues for national and international concerts. This second semester is particularly more generous in terms of musical shows in Medellin, basically because of the Flower Fair. This is a list of the must-see concerts between now and December of this year. In Medellin, Manuel Turizo, June 2nd in La Macarena. Salsa Fest, June 3rd, Juan Pablo II Airport. Sin Bandera, June 7th in La Macarena. Paradiso Festival with Fruco, El Combo de las Estrellas, Santiago Cruz, Pipe Calderon, and Providencia, June 16, 17, 18, and 19 at the Juan Pablo II Airport. The Petit Fellas Tour, July 1st at Sky Center. Circuit Well Flower Fair, July 28th, La Macarena. Viva La Salsa Tour with Ruben Blades, Grupo Niche, and Oscar Galeon, July 28th at Paulay Portivo Sur de Envigado. Pamadeo with Christian Nodal, Paulina Rubio, Farruko, and Ivy Queen, July 29th. Atanasio Harago, Alum 100% Wounded, Camilo Bina, Derska, and Pasaporte, July 29th in La Macarena. The Salsa Triplet with Andy Montañez, Charlie Aponte, Conjunto Classico, and Henry Fayal, August 4th at Centauro Eventos, Parque Norte. El Cantonazo with Jesse Uribe, Paula Jar, Gali Galliano, August 5th at La Macarena. Super Concert Feria de las Flores with Grupo Firme, Ryan Castro, Elder Dayan, Pipe Bueno, and Gilberto Santa Rosa, August 5th. Atanasio Hurado, Mariam Hernandez, August 12th, Teatro UDM. Carlos Criollos with Alcalaricos and El Combo K Nota, August 18th and 19th in La Macarena. Jowl and Randy, September 16th, La Macarena. Romeo Santos, September 16th at the Atanasio Hurado. Eladio Carrion, September 22nd at the Baseball Diamond. Floor 21, September 23rd in La Macarena. Laura, October 19th in the North Park. Diego El Segala, November 2nd at the Teatro U of M. Ritvales, November 4th and 5 in the North Park. RBD, November 3rd, 4th, 5, and 6 at the Atanasio Hurado. There you go. So a couple I would like to see. So if you look up this article, this one was in El Colombiano, I believe. So look up that story. I'll try to put a link in the description also. Thank you guys for your support. For anyone who has donated to my channel, much thanks. I can't do this without you guys. If you don't watch, I don't report. So again, this is just switched over to news and not so much travel, although I did just get back from Guatemala, and what a trip. Yeah, buddy. What a trip. Now, it did rain in the evenings and it was cloudy in the distance, which means I didn't see a volcano the entire time. And that's, I ain't gonna lie, that's half the reason I go. I like the nature, and I like just, it's like seeing like experiencing an earthquake or a tsunami, or it's just the grand nature of it all, like having an F-15 flying over your head. It's just that amount of energy. And you can see fuego in the distance that actually puffs all day long. I mean, it's an active volcano, and I couldn't see it. Anyway, get to Guatemala. Next time I'll be in Guatemala City longer. I only spent that last night, and man, that area is popping. I'll show a little bit of those videos coming soon. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Remember, travel, but travel safe. Headed to Medellin, Colombia. See my guy Andres with Nomad Travel for safe airport pickups and drop-offs and tours. Contact information in the description below. If you're in Medellin and you need dental work done, from a basic cleaning to major reconstructive surgery, come see my guy, Dr. Carlos Maury. Contact information in the description below. Join me on social media. I am DC Born Rob Official on Instagram. I am DC Born Rob Official 1 on TikTok. I am DC Born Rob O on Twitter. Don't be like this guy right here.
You're just so stupid. I had to send you a video to let you know that you're so stupid.
That's right. Don't be like this guy right here. Join me on social media.
Dating in Colombia can be confusing for foreign men. Plus, dating in Colombia can be outright dangerous. With ChicaCheck, you can date with confidence by screening your date first for past issues. Visit ChicaCheck.co and create your free account today.